I had like I guess you can say a problem. Not really. I guess in some ways, the way you could see it with people is like some people aren't really depressed. Some people aren't really like sad. Like the thing I complain about, cause like you could be someone really known, still feel lonely, like shit like that. I've always struggled with like friend groups. In my head, I always think about it a lot. Like a couple days ago, I had like a late night drive, cause a lot was on my mind. I was building a bunch of stress, bunch of like problems in my head. I was just angry at like just nothing. I literally sat in my elementary school and just like sat there and looked at it for a minute. And the reason why I talked about that, the feeling of being like left out. In some way, I feel like I don't have I've been just friend group hopping all the way from the very beginning. I never had like a concrete friend group. I always feel like left out in some way. I just always felt lonely. Like the other day, my friend group, they went out and like they went to the city. I was like, yo, I'm gonna need a ride. I don't feel comfortable driving down there. I didn't have the car, so like couldn't even go down there if I wanted to. I was like, I'm gonna need a ride. They aired me. Like, on Life 360, we got each other's location and shit. And I was checking, and these motherfuckers drove by my house. Like, not like actually drove by, but they were like in the area. They could have easily picked me up, but they just ignored it and just drove down there. And then later on, they posted on Instagram. Look at all these light skin ass poses, all this stuff. And then I was like, I was mad because I was like, damn, I was really left out. And then they did it another time. They didn't even tell me anything. They just went. And like I saw on Instagram the same thing. Like they posted some light skin ass poses. They're like, oh my god, look at us. And I was like, damn, left out again. And then one of my good friends, like I let it slide so much, but I don't understand how like you don't have like any time for me at all. I'll call you up and then you'll tell me, yo, what do you need? Can't just call you up. Came in like checking in how you been. It's always like, what do you need? See him out and about doing his own thing, and he doesn't even like respond to me. Like he's out here hanging out with other people, and I'm like, yo, what the fuck? Am I that irrelevant? Like, does no one care? It's always been like a thought in my head. I don't really mind being alone, but it gets to your mind sometimes. Like just being alone all the time it takes tolls on your head. That's why I always hated when my parents wanted me to stay in. I'd be like, yo, why would I don't want to always be inside. Like I want to go outside. And then that's when I started like keeping more in touch with my cousins and shit. I would go play soccer with them and stuff like that instead of like relying on this one friend group the whole time. Sorry, I just keep looking up. I don't know why I keep looking up. I'm so fucking autistic. I don't know. I always feel left out. Like the word emptiness, it like resonated with me when I was younger. When I was younger, I would always feel like empty. Like I told you, I felt like irrelevant. I felt like I wasn't thought of. It was like an afterthought. Like your first friend doesn't respond. The second guy doesn't respond. You would call him me next. Like I was always the one reaching out to others. I was always the one like building connections, building friendships. And in one way, it's not really bad. But when it's like you don't see effort from the other side, you don't see them reaching out to you. You don't see them thinking of you, and it's always you reaching out to them. It kind of hurts sometimes. Like I try to be stoic giant. Like you don't let things phase you and stuff. But like when I go lay in my bed and I switch off that like stoic feeling, I'm still human at the end of the day. I feel like I'm useless. No like positive traits. Feeling like left out of the friend group and not thought of. It's like a hurtful thing. Just being alone. The whole like fucking retrospective, like I don't give a fuck, like I could be alone, I could like yeah, it's cool and shit. Like don't get me wrong, lone wolf, you know the fucking Twitter like wolf fucking picture and shit. Yeah, that makes sense. You know if you can do it, you know that's you. But like ever since I was young, I was doing that shit. I remember my mom would tell me to stay in the house and instead of like going out and playing with the kids in the neighborhood, she would tell me just stay in the house. They literally like bought me toys so I could stay in the house and not leave the house. They would rather me stay in the house and leave the house. So then when I started growing up, I wanted to be more social. I wanted to talk to more people. I'm still in the friend group. I started befriending them and shit. But then, like I told you, like I just feel more left out, more and more, lessly thought of. Like well, my cousins is family. At the end of the day, like they live their life, I live my life. I think it's because it's family in some way. Because I like respect for them, and they don't go out their way and try to act Hollywood and ignore my messages or some shit. Like they added me to a group chat with them. They added me to I reconnected with them and then like it acted like nothing ever happened. With this other motherfucker, like I'll text him. Yo, like, get on tonight. Nah, bro, I'm busy. Oh, okay. Next night, yo, get on, bro. Nah, I got homework to do. Yo, bro, let's meet up. Let's do this thing at 2. Nah, I got an essay I'm gonna write. I'm gonna be late. When the fuck are you not busy? When, like, I see you putting aside all this work that magically appears aside for these other motherfuckers, but then when I ask, it's like, yo, bro, this is so like unexpected, short time, like short notice, all this stuff. It's like I express with you, bro, that whenever you need me, whatever happens, whatever you need, I'll be there in a heartbeat. I'll pick up I'll drive. I'll fucking, hey yo, bro, I'm here, type shit. Like, but I don't think people would think of that and consider it of others. People are selfish. Like, when you look at a photo, like a class photo, you don't look at for anyone else other than yourself. If you're in that photo, you look for yourself immediately. You don't look for others. Being left out kind of sucks. But then, like, in those moments when you feel angry, you feel mad, all that negativity, you could put it into something else. The other day when I was mad again, when they did that shit to me the second time, I fucking whipped out my fucking David Goggins. Never finished. I started reading that shit again. Because I'm not going to read more. I'm a reader. I mean, there's no sneak diss to anyone. Don't get me wrong. There's a sneak diss to this Asian little fuck. I'm going to call him up right after this, and I know he's not going to fucking answer. I'll be honest with you. I hope whatever you're dealing with, hopes it goes well for you. Hope you around family and all that stuff, and they're there for you and they take care of you. This whole channel is like just a journal to like write down, like, capture my thoughts, how to deal with rejection. That video sucks dick. Why you need brotherhood. This is like a counteractive type of video. Like, oh my god, you need brotherhood. When these fucking dickheads don't even respond to my fucking messages. But yeah, I mean, that's all I have to say. Other than that, New Flick Talks, signing out.